Hello everybody, where today we have a PSVR2 news episode with a couple of ups and downs, and some exciting news about game updates coming fairly shortly. Before we get into this, only 25% of you are subbed to the channel, so if you feel like subbing, that button is right there, so I'd appreciate it. And thank you to our patrons and members who are all on screen right now. With that being said, let's dive straight in. First and foremost, let's start with the bad news, and that is that Firmament released on PSVR2 and PS5 for about 40 quid here in the UK, and it hasn't had the best of first reactions. Apparently the frame rate is a bit of a mess. It's clearly reprojecting from lower than 60, which makes it quite horrendous inside the headset, I can imagine. And the visuals are also fairly grainy and blurry. So if you are really excited for Firmament, I am sorry, it just doesn't seem to be that great of a port. And honestly, I didn't get a review code, and a couple of other people that I know personally didn't get a review code, even though we've been in touch with the devs for a while or trying to get in touch. I literally heard nothing back throughout the entire kind of build-up hype cycle towards launch. I still haven't got a key. I've had no response at all, despite reaching out to 4 different press channels, which did set some alarm bells off in my head that perhaps this wasn't quite ready. However, sometimes it's the case that they just don't see whatever email you've sent or communication, but in this case it turned out that the game just wasn't really ready for launch. Doesn't seem optimized, and your money is better spent elsewhere. In better news, VRider SPK has got its price adjustment finally. Now, again, no keys have been sent out to reviewers, but I believe a visual update is coming and they want to coincide keys with that potentially. But as for the price, it's finally down to where it should be, about £25 or $30 instead of $40 or $45 that it was at before. So if you've been waiting for VRider and you don't want to wait for the visual update, you just want to jump in at the right price, now is the time to do so, because it's now at where it should have been at launch. Overall, the game seems to be pretty decent. Some people have kind of lamented about the lack of counter steering on a bike like you do in real life, but ultimately it's more of an arcade racer. It's not incredibly realistic, but it has a lot of tracks, a lot of content, a lot of stuff to do, and online races. So for me, personally, I think that's more than enough. In even better news, an update to one of my favourite underrated PSVR2 games, 90s Extreme Skiing, is coming out on Tuesday. Now, 90s Extreme Skiing is a fantastic PSVR2 game that I really enjoyed when it came out. Essentially, you do a load of downhill skiing runs, and it has similar mechanics to Snow Scout, which is Tunimax's previous game. But this one, I felt the multiplayer could have been really fun, and I actually played it in a closed session a little while ago, which you can see a couple of clips from now.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, I saw that. Okay, come on. I need to line up. I need to go for it.
And of course, in the PSVR2 version, you also will get head rumble when you are hit in the head.
Ah, I missed.
Or the most punchy one. Oh no!
Someone got hit.
Oh, that's my first takeout then. I did it. I'm so close behind.
And that was a load of fun. I've been waiting for it to finally come out on PSVR2, and it's gone through QA and it's coming out on Tuesday. So I'd strongly recommend, if you've got the game, give it a go. Get some friends together if you can, because it's definitely worth it. This is a free upgrade to the game, but I think the base price of the game is raising by about £2 or dollars. So if you want to buy the game, pick it up now, because it'll be cheaper than it will be once this update comes. They're raising the price because obviously making this stuff takes time, and they want to have the price representative of what the game actually includes now. Racing game Exocars has got a force feedback update now for Logitech wheels only though. Fanatec will be coming next, and if all goes well after that, Thrustmaster will be coming last. I myself use a Thrustmaster T300 RS, so I'm hoping that they get around to doing that eventually, but that was one of my biggest downsides to the actual wheel support of this game, is that there's no force feedback, you can't feel the road at all. But now, for Logitech wheels only, you can, so that is great. Presentiment of Death on PSVR2 is also getting 5 new levels for free with a brand new update. The only issue I had with this game really was content, because now you have smooth turn in the game, which is great, and I was just waiting for them to add some more content, because honestly the game only takes about an hour to 2 hours to finish. But now with these 5 new levels, this should give a bit more of a challenge and a bit more content to people who bought the game. This is the bow and arrow style game where you shoot at enemies as they run towards you and throw different attacks at you, and time slows when you don't draw your bow, but it speeds up when you do draw your bow. It's a bit of a spin on the super hot formula. Next up, I've got to quickly give you a warning. Yesterday's video, we talked about new AI Slop Games on the PSVR2 store, games you should avoid. There's been a whole new batch of them, and essentially if you see any of the games on screen right now, just don't buy them when they come out. Just avoid them completely, because they have no effort put into them and they're not worth buying at all. They're just to trick people into buying them thinking they're something else, or a game of far higher quality. We got some good news from the Undead Citadel devs though, as they said that the PSVR2 release is their best selling release yet. Now this makes sense because the game has had a lot of hype over the last couple of years. I believe it was even announced for PSVR1 at some point, so people who've been with the ecosystem have known about it for a while and have been excited for it. And now it's finally here on PSVR2, a lot of people have been waiting and have bought into the hype and have hopefully had a very good time with it. I had my issues with the game, but overall I really enjoyed the combat, and that's the main thing. So it's good to see that Dark Curry, the developers, have hopefully made a fair bit of money from this one. Finally, Zombie Army VR got its first patch. This has essentially improved general stability and FPS drops in certain areas, but I gotta say I didn't experience any FPS drops throughout my time with the game. Made some improvements to online play connectivity and voice chat. I can't say that I really used this myself, I didn't try the online when I played the game, but that's good for people who did. They've corrected and adjusted some environmental art, I assume that means some props and some materials around the map. They've improved zombie behaviour throughout the game, including animation and pathing corrections. Again, didn't really run into any of this, but it's good to see it's been solved. They fixed 3D audio, they fixed indicators for weapons being out of ammo, not appearing consistently, and they fixed the zombie targeting in co-op, so they should effectively target the player that's shooting at them when they're focused on another player. And there's another co-op fix where if you took the headset off for a couple of minutes and then put it back on, you wouldn't be able to access the pause menu, but now you can. Overall, a couple of fixes that didn't really impact me throughout my playthrough, but still are good to see, especially if you're playing through the game co-op right now. Anyway, that'll do us for today. I'm going to go let my voice have a rest because hay fever is absolutely kicking my ass today, and I hope to see you all in the next one.